In the vast arena of World War II, amidst the armadas and flying fortresses, there stood a colossal epitome of naval might, the USS Iowa. Ironically, while born in a time meant for deterrence, the Iowa would find itself at the forefront of the Pacific battles. Some say it was built as much for appearances as for combat, a contradiction shrouded in layers of secrets and ambition. Picture this. What was supposed to remain a vessel of awe and intimidation quickly transformed into an indomitable force, facing the volatile tides of the Pacific theater. As fires of conflict raged across oceans, the Iowa wasn't merely a ship. It was a floating leviathan of steel and resolve, a testament to the ingenuity and audacity of a nation at war. Its gigantic guns spoke loudly, yet it carried a silent burden, proof that the path of war often diverges from its plans. When the USS Iowa was conceived, it was a project fueled by both necessity and prestige. In the 1930s, with global tensions escalating, the United States laid plans for a class of fast battleships that could outmatch any foe. The vision called for a vessel that combined speed, power, and protection. Amidst the Great Depression, President Franklin Roosevelt and his military advisors sought to build not just a ship, but a maritime legend. The keel was laid in June 1940 at the New York Navy Yard, and under the watchful eyes of skilled laborers, the ship began to take shape. The Iowa was longer and faster than any battleship the nation had previously seen. It could carry 9 16-inch guns, each capable of firing shells weighing over a ton, and it could travel at speeds exceeding 33 knots. This formidable artillery, paired with its sleek design, was a response to an era where rapid-fire conflicts defined strategies. The battleship was emblazoned with the name of the Midwestern state, reinforcing a union of states contributing to a singular, mighty military force. By the time the Iowa was ready for commissioning in 1943, much of the world was knee-deep in the scourge of war. Yet the ship itself was not just a machine. It was a symbol of rebirth for American naval power. The challenges were immense, and the stakes were high. Japan's empire stretched across vast swaths of the Pacific, and their naval prowess posed constant threats. The USS Iowa was tasked with countering a formidable adversary, an enemy that had already stunned the world with the attack on Pearl Harbor, propelling the United States fully into the war. The Pacific Ocean was not merely vast, but treacherous. Supply lines stretched for thousands of miles, exposing the United States Navy to unpredictable threats from the enemy's well-established footprint of island bases and submarines. The conditions demanded an American fleet that was not only capable of overwhelming firepower, but was also agile, coordinated, and unforgiving against any challenge. Weather and communications obstacles only served to exacerbate the danger, creating an unpredictably shifting battleground where even the mightiest battleship faced unforeseen risks. Diversifying threats, from kamikaze attacks to stealthy submarines, called upon the USS Iowa to become more than a showpiece. It had to adapt, engage, and ultimately embody American resilience. To rise above these challenges, adaptability and innovation became fundamental. The Iowa's capabilities were constantly scrutinized and improved upon, allowing it to advance in a precarious theater of war. But the real breakthrough was not just in technology, but in strategic deployment. The Navy recognized the need for a ship of Iowa's capacity to head strategic missions and thus committed to making it the spearhead for pivotal naval operations. Defensively, advances in radar technologies gave enhanced perceptive vision beyond the horizon, crucial for navigating and detecting enemy forces before they could strike. The battleship also became a floating fortress with a reinforced anti-aircraft suite. This ensured not only its own protection, but also that of the carriers and cruisers it escorted. Strategically, the Iowa was put to task as an escort for President Roosevelt in 1943, showcasing its luck, stability, and stealth on a diplomatic front, as Roosevelt met with allies to secure critical agreements. All these moves were deliberate steps in responding to the troubled waters that challenged their very execution in war. The pinnacle of the USS Iowa's active duty saw it in a pivotal clash that underscored its unparalleled ability. During the invasion of the Mariana Islands, a strategic foothold essential for the United States' push towards Japanese territory, the Iowa played a decisive role. On June 19, 1944, what unfolded was the Battle of the Philippine Sea. Fending off waves of Japanese aircraft in what became known as the Great Marianas Turkey Shoot, the Iowa's firepower was a linchpin of defense and offensive might. Its anti-aircraft batteries unleashed a torrent of shells that shredded the sky, and its main guns pounded enemy positions relentlessly. The result was a dire blow to the Japanese Navy. But it wasn't just hardware that made the difference. It was the men who crewed the ship, their unwavering focus and resilience at the helm, proving that the human element was irreplaceable, even aboard as majestic a machine as the Iowa. This battle redefined naval warfare in the Pacific and cemented the battleship's legacy. As World War II drew to a close, the legacy of the USS Iowa was hallmarked not only by its wartime achievements, but by its role in the ushering of peace. It witnessed the surrender of Japan in Tokyo Bay, serving symbolically among the formidable presence of Allied naval might. Its guns, once thundering with intent and power, stood silent as a nod to shared victories and turbulent times now turned. Yet its legacy did not wane with the end of that era. The ship would see reactivation for subsequent conflicts, each time refurbished, reflecting the advances of new technology still wrapped in the grandeur of its original design. The story of the Iowa provides a compass, a tangible remnant of when brawn and brain met at sea in a time where global stability hung in the balance. Reflecting on the formidable journey of the USS Iowa offers us profound insights into the impermanence of power and the adaptability needed in times of crisis. The ship's story is a testament to innovative thinking, not just in machinery, but in human leadership and fortitude. This battleship rolled through history like steel and thunder, leaving a wake that has influenced military strategy and design far beyond its own years. In understanding both the vessel and the era it traversed, we are reminded that strength is as much a product of thinking ahead as it is of being prepared for action. If this story of the might and majesty of the USS Iowa has captured your imagination, we invite you to dive deeper into our channel. Subscribe for more compelling narratives and join our community as we explore the many layers of history that continue to resonate today.